FuchsBen.com.
What is up? Greetings, friends, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutritional supplementation. I am your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado, registered pharmacist number 12275. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and frequently deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and to your well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 27 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like psoriasis and acne and eczema and rosacea, digestive ailments and autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system, the human body, is a healing system. It's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal, regenerate, renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may say that's a miracle, it's no miracle at all, friends. It's just the way the body works. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, if you want to get off your meds, if you want to help a loved one get off their meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we are here for you on The Bright Side. Our number is 855-660-4261. That's 855-660-4261. If you want to learn more about the longevity products, the ones you hear us recommend or suggest on the program, the ones you hear advertised on The Bright Side, you can head over to brightsideben.com. Take a look at our shopping cart. Make sure you take a special look at the Beyond Tangy Tangerine Multivitamin Mineral Complex Powder. Loaded with nutrients. It works because it's nutritional supplementation that your body needs. It's nutritional supplements that you need. Most folks will notice results like weight loss, appetite suppression, drop in blood pressure, reduction in their dose of prescription drugs with just a couple of doses of Beyond Tangy Tangerine. It's $50 a canister. You can find out all about it at brightsideben.com, or you can also call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Ask them about joining the team as well for a one-time $10 fee. You can start yourself a longevity business. You can get all the tax breaks that you get when you start a business. And you can get your products at the wholesale price. One-time $10 fee. Give the folks at 866-735-2470 a shout, or you can also click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com. And you can also check out my blog, pharmacistben.com. I put a post up there about DMSO. I didn't get to finish all the stuff I wanted to talk about with that amazing topical sulfur, liquid sulfur. Put a post up there that talks about how you can use DMSO as a topical transdermal aid. It's up at pharmacistben.com. And also, we're doing a newsletter. Haven't started it yet. Hopefully, we'll be starting it in the next month or two. If you're interested in getting the Bright Side newsletter, we'll be putting articles and things up there that I don't get to talk about on the program. You can sign up for our newsletter at pharmacistben.com. All right, let's see. I think that's all the housekeeping today. 855-660-4261 is our phone number. Try to get on board early. The phone lines do fill up quickly, and it is first come, first serve at 855-660-4261. I want to start talking about my favorite nutritional supplement, the non-vitamin vitamin. I'll tell you what I mean here in a moment. Before we get into that, I want to briefly say something about the disease and healing process. I've been getting tons of Facebooks, tons of letters. I wish I could respond to all of them. There's no way I could do it. I try to get to as many letters as I can, but invariably I leave lots of folks behind, and I really apologize for that. So what I want to say here today, before we get into talking about the non-vitamin vitamin that's so important for anti-aging and healing and bone health, before we get into that today, I want to address you guys who are dealing with some kind of health challenge, be it arthritis or heart disease or acne or something serious like cancer or autoimmune disease or whatever. I want to say something about the reversal process. First of all, it's as a premise, it's important to understand that it's in the body's nature to heal, recover, regenerate. I say it every day, first thing before we start the program, because I want you all to get this. It is so important. Whatever your health challenge is, it's in the body's nature to heal and reverse. That's the way the body works. Just cut yourself. Or next time you cut yourself, observe your finger and observe the healing process take place in front of your very eyes. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to do anything. The healing process is built in, and that same healing process that's built into the skin cells of your finger when you get a paper cut is built into the rest of your body. Healing, reversal, restoration of the body back to its God-given state of health and wholeness, holiness, if you will, does not require medical intervention. And you certainly don't need a diagnosis. I'm doing air quotes here. Diagnosis. A diagnosis is a description, and that's it. And it's one of the biggest scams and the biggest ripoffs in all of healthcare. It's one of the biggest scams and biggest ripoffs in our whole culture. A diagnosis from a doctor is meaningless when it comes to healing the body. The diagnosis is a description, and it does nothing to help you get better. You got zits, you got boils, and your sweat glands. You say, what the heck is going on? You go to your doctor. He looks at you. Maybe he'll do a couple of tests. He gets paid for those, And then he says, oh, you have hydradentitis suppurativa, which in Latin means a water gland inflammation that generates pus. And that'll be $200, please. That's what we do. We go to the doctor, we get some silly diagnosis, which is nothing more than a description, and we get billed for it. You go to the doctor, you have pain in your muscles, your doctor says, oh, you have fibromyalgia, or you have polymyalgia rheumatica. That's the latest muscle pain diagnosis. Polymyalgia, fibromyalgia means muscle pain. You're going to the doctor to have him tell you you got muscle pain, and oh, that'll be $200, please. I mean, I'm laughing here, but it's not funny. It's a scam. It's a scandal. It's a ripoff. It's offensive. It's insulting to any intelligent human being to go to a doctor to be told what you have in Latin and then get billed for it. You got muscle weakness? I talked to a gal yesterday. She has an autoimmune disease with muscle that involves muscle weakness, okay? So she goes to the doctor. She's got muscle weakness. He says, oh, you have myasthenia gravis. Okay, what does that mean? It means serious muscle weakness. That'll be $200, please. And now she's going around saying, oh, I have myasthenia gravis. What do I do? Folks, you see what this is? Your doctor is like the Wizard of Oz. He can't do anything about your polymyalgia rheumatica or your myasthenia gravis or your hydradentitis suppurativa, but he can name it for you. At the end of the Wizard of Oz, the wizard, who's a complete fraud, like the medical model, he can't give the scarecrow a brain, but he gives him a PhD. He can't give the cowardly lion courage, but he gives him a medal. He can't give the Tin Woodman a heart, but he gives him an honorarium. Listen up, people, folks. When it comes to healing, your diagnosis doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, whether you have myasthenia gravis or polymyalgia rheumatica or fibromyalgia, whatever Latin diagnosis description you have, what you really have is a chronic breakdown, degeneration of the body, of the muscles, of the heart, of the connective tissue, of the epithelia, of the skin, whatever, which is always, always, always the same thing at its core. It's the result of starvation, suffocation, toxification at the cell level, ultimately at the tissue and organ level. Starvation, suffocation, toxification, which leads to inflammation, which leads to more starvation, suffocation, toxification, to more inflammation, etc., etc., etc. And it starts off at the cell level, and then it grows out to the macroscopic big picture level, and then we say, help me, Mr. Wizard. We go to the doctor, like the old cartoon, Mr. Wizard, help me, help me. We go to the doctor, and your doctor rubs his chin as if he knows what the heck is going on. He says, well, that's polymyalgia rheumatica, and we don't really know what causes it, but here's some prednisone, and that'll be $200, please. Doctors love diagnosis because that's how they get paid. They love testing because that's how they get paid. When was the last time the medical model, the medical paradigm reversed or eliminated a degenerative illness? Let me think here. Never. It never did. It never will. It never can. That's not its purpose. All right, got more to say about this. We'll come back with more good health information and your phone calls as well. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network.
Pharmacist Ben Fuchs believes virtually all disease states can be backtracked to digestive problems.
Deficiencies in stomach acid can affect all downstream systems. Taking digestive enzymes can be amazingly helpful for dealing with deficiencies in stomach acid. Enzymes require low pH for activation. You can also use aloe vera juice, by the way. Sugars in aloe vera have a coating effect on the digestive system. Longevity has a cool product called Noni Plus, which is made from aloe and the noni fruit. It's tasty. It can also function to support digestive acidification of the stomach, and activation of digestive enzymes.
Take pharmacist Ben's advice and support your digestive system by ordering Noni Plus from Longevity. Call 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470, or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
Gold is like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
How can I stop these annoying collection calls?
Imagine being free from your debt without settling and with no payment plan, no negotiating or filing bankruptcy, and no attorneys. What if you could eliminate the risk from all your unsecured debt in about 90 days and keep all your money? You can. It's called Zero Debt Guarantee, and it works. There's no other program of its kind on the planet, and we guarantee the results in writing. Call now, 800-477-9256. Let our team of experts provide you with the resources to fight back, stop collection calls, and prevent and stop wage garnishments and bank levies. If you're facing foreclosure, we can help. Don't go it alone. Get free information now by calling 800-477-9256. Talk to an expert who has also completed our program. Call 800-477-9256 for free info, or go to ZeroDebtGuarantee.com. That's 800-477-9256, or go to ZeroDebtGuarantee.com.
Every day, more and more people are feeling better than they've felt in years by going gluten-free. Now it's your chance to learn how it can change your life. The third annual Gluten-Free Living Now Expo comes to the Fountains in Carmel, Indiana, Saturday, October 5th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Discover the world of gluten-free living with 100 vendors showcasing and selling the latest gluten-free products. Get vital information with lectures on celiac disease, gluten sensitivity, and the gluten-free diet. And with the gluten-free cooking and baking demos, you'll learn gluten-free can still be delicious. There's a kids' corner sponsored by Sean, and there's even a gluten-free beer and alcohol garden. The Gluten-Free Living Now Expo. It's everything you need to know about being gluten-free. Saturday, October 5th at the Fountains in Carmel, Indiana. Admission is free for kids 12 and under, and just $10 for adults. For more, visit glutenfreelivingnow.org and follow us on Facebook or Twitter. Sponsored by Kroger, Nature's Farm, Glutino, Udi's, Living Without Magazine, and Longevity.
America's #1 source for independent talk radio for over a decade. We are the GCN Radio Network.
right. I am Pharmacist Ben. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific, 10 to 11 Central Time. If you like what you hear, tell your friends. We're also available on the archive page at brightsideben.com. And you can also check out our blog, pharmacistben.com. We've got videos up there, news stories. I just posted an addendum to our little DMSO, a couple days we spent on DMSO, liquid sulfur. We're going to continue talking about bone building and connective tissue building. We're going to cover my personal favorite vitamin, my personal favorite non-vitamin vitamin. I'll tell you what I mean here. When we talk about vitamin A, the non-vitamin vitamin, I just want to cover a couple more things, general ideas. We've got a lot of new listeners on the bright side, and some of what we're talking about here today is what I call the bright side philosophy. On pharmacistben.com, I have a big write-up called the bright side philosophy that explains some of the general concepts that we talk about on the program. What we talk about on this program, you're not going to hear on very many radio programs, or anywhere really, anywhere in the mainstream media, or even in the alternative media, because this is all coming out of my observations over the last 30 years of practicing healthcare and practicing skincare and practicing medicine as a pharmacist. Over the last 30 years, what I've observed is that the body breaks down generically. We all have the same bodies, and our bodies all break down the same way. The flavor may be different, and what we created is a medical model that names the flavor, that addresses the flavor of our breakdown, but does nothing to address the fundamental generic way the body breaks down. Doctors love to diagnose because that's their business. They get paid to diagnose. But when was the last time the medical model, the medical paradigm, and I'm saying medical model, medical paradigm because it's much bigger than just an individual doctor. Doctors are nice people. They're regular folks like you and I. They're not evil, satanic people. It's the model that is corrupt. It's the paradigm that is corrupt. And this paradigm is based on naming and diagnosis, not reversing. The body can reverse. The divine force is a healing force. That can reverse, but the medical model can't do it. For all the testing and all the wonderful diagnosis and all the wonderful detection mechanisms and detection machines that we have diseases and degenerative diseases today that didn't exist 10 years ago, that didn't exist 20 years ago. We're not having less degenerative disease. We're having more degenerative disease. We're having degenerative diseases, diagnosis of degenerative diseases today that didn't exist 20 years ago, let alone 100 years ago. People, how do you think all of a sudden we got all of these new diseases that didn't exist a century ago? They're made up in language. They're languaged. They're words. Wittgenstein would be thrilled. What was the last time a diagnosis helped anybody? What was the last time a diagnosis reversed disease? Never. That's because diagnoses create diseases. They don't reverse them. Has anyone out there noticed that diagnostics don't improve anybody's health? No one gets better after they're diagnosed. When it comes to healing, getting a diagnosis is irrelevant. It's a waste of time. It's smoke and mirrors. It's deceit. It's rip-off because somehow it implies that the medical model is in control. When you name something, it implies that you know what you're doing. It implies that you know what's happening. In the same way that a medal implies courage or a degree or a license implies intelligence, a diagnosis implies some kind of expertise. But the stark, undeniable fact is the medical model cannot help a degenerative disease. And it cannot and it never will, because a degenerative disease and a metabolic disease, a biochemistry disease, is not a medical issue. The only medical issues are acute traumas, getting hit by a car, infections, at which point antibiotics, surgery may be necessary. And by the way, this is where the medical model excels. And it truly does excel. This is really where miracles occur in the world of medicine, is in terms of taking care of trauma and taking care of infection. But impossible to pronounce pronouncements like polymyalgia rheumatica or myasthenia gravis or hidradenitis suppurativa or any of these Latin diagnostic terms do nothing but obfuscate the simplicity of the disease process, and even worse, they result in us handing off our power to some white coat authority figure, or even worse, to an unaccountable healthcare system, which then knights us with an official diagnosis. It's our diagnosis. It might not be getting better, but we got a diagnosis. It might as well be a medal, and then, of course, we get a bill. Now, that's the bad news. But there's good news. The good news is we don't need the medical model to reverse diabetes. We don't need the medical model to reverse arthritis or heart disease or Alzheimer's disease or whatever flavor degenerative health issue you have. No matter what you name your flavor of chronic degenerative disease, you only need to address one thing and one thing only: degeneration. Chronic degenerative disease is degeneration. The breakdown of the biochemistry and the structure of the body. That's it. That's all you need. That's why it's called degenerative disease or degenerating. And degenerative disease is the vast majority of health challenges that we address, at least 75%, according to a 2004 article that was published in the Journal of Radiology. The human body, folks, is always building, it's always breaking down, it's in its nature. Pretty much everything in life is always building and breaking down. A society, a government, a family, corporation, everything is building and breaking. This is, by the way, is called systems theory. And this building and breaking down process really only matters in terms of the net, the bottom line. In a business, at any given moment, you're spending money, breaking down, or earning money, building up. And what you do at any given moment in your business doesn't matter. What matters at the end of the day is called the bottom line or the net, and the body's the same way. At any given moment, your bones are dissolving, your digestive tract is being torn apart, your skin cells are dying and flopping off of your face and your skin, your red blood cells are being destroyed and processed and crushed up, just like an old Volkswagen in a junkyard car crusher. The parts are being recycled. Chronic degenerative disease, inflammatory disease, and all chronic degenerative disease and inflammatory disease is when you have excess breakdown, not enough buildup, and that's it, period. And the key word when it comes to chronic degenerative disease is inflammation, which is what really causes degeneration. Inflammation. First thing anyone with any chronic long-term health challenge needs to do to reverse the disease process, to do a U-turn, to get the body back to its holy, sacred, God-given state of health and wellness, is figure out what is triggering the inflammatory process that's leading to the degeneration. That's it. What's triggering the inflammatory process? And then we got to figure out what exactly is inflammation. Inflammation is a protective mechanism. Inflammation is a protective, defensive response. Inflammation is the way the body walls things off, sequesters, quarantines things that it can't deal with. Inflammation is made up of fibers. It's made up of protein. It's made up of fluid. And it's made up of dead cells and dead cell chemicals, some of them very toxic. So you get this clogged up area. And it can be microscopic, and indeed it starts off microscopic. It starts off at the microscopic cell level. And ultimately, this crud, this microscopic crud clog, blockage, creates more cell death. And if it's not addressed, ultimately you go into tissues and then organs, and then you say, I got arthritis or myasthenia gravis or heart disease or cancer or whatever. But it all starts off with this microinflammation, this clogging, this defensive response. Inflammation means defense. Inflammation means the immune system has been activated. Inflammation means something has gotten into the body that the body can't handle. So what do? Well, it's simple. It's easy, and you don't need a doctor. You figure out what is getting into my body that is accelerating, that is triggering, that is turning on this defensive response. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back after this.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, listen carefully. Sweeping changes to IRS policies will help more people than ever eliminate their tax debts once and for all. And now, thanks to Dan Pillow, you can get the tax help you need to end your tax nightmare.
Hi, I'm Dan Pilla. I've helped thousands of people reduce or eliminate tax debts they couldn't pay. And after more than 30 years of experience dealing with the IRS, I can tell you there's no such thing as a hopeless tax case. With the IRS's new policies, it's easier than ever to put your tax debt behind you once and for all. Call now at 800-346-6829 to learn how I can help you. You know your IRS debt will not go away by itself, but you don't have to live in fear anymore. Call 800-346-6829. Learn how I can help you eliminate wage and bank levies, release tax liens, and negotiate a settlement with the IRS that will put your tax nightmare behind you forever. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to my website, taxhelponline.com. That's taxhelponline.com.
What if it happened? The lights go out and the power doesn't come back. Could you provide your family with the basic necessities of life? We can teach you how at the Sustainable Preparedness Expo. Sunday, September 29th at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds in Monroe, Washington. Learn about growing all your own food, herbal medicine, emergency medical and dental techniques, water well hand pumps, seed saving, emergency radio communication for beginners, and other life-saving information to provide you with the knowledge to survive in the direst of situations. There's a wide variety of vendors offering the latest preparedness products and services. Plus, visit the Longevity booth. The Sustainable Preparedness Expo is an event the entire family will enjoy. For tickets and registration info, go to sustainablepreparedness.com. Enter promo code GCN to save $3 on tickets. Don't wait to be a victim. Plan ahead with the Sustainable Preparedness Expo. Sunday, September 29th at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds in Greater Seattle.
With the well-known shortage of availability in guns and ammo, the question is, will food and preparedness items be next? Now, at ProStoresDirect.com. Buy a 32-serving bug-out bucket, and you'll get a prime assortment of Mountain House survival food entrees, including favorites like chili mac with beef and spaghetti and meat sauce, all made with real USDA meat. That's enough food for one adult for a full week, all for just $75.99 with free shipping, delivered in a handy resealable bucket that'll store for up to 25 years. ProStores Direct has a huge selection of family-sized food units, too, right up to military-grade number 10 cans. And we'll give you great deals on new military first aid and surgical kits, portable water filters, heirloom seeds, and all your bug-out gear, always with free shipping to the lower 48. Be ready for any challenge with food security for your family at ProStoresDirect.com. ProStoresDirect.com, your first stop for preparedness and survival gear, and proud sponsor of the free media.
Hi there. My name is Frank Bates. What I'm about to tell you in the next 60 seconds could get me in a lot of trouble. I just created a free video presentation at 123coverup.com that exposes the electricity monopolies and government agencies for what they really are: incompetent, lying crooks that are counting on your ignorance and fear to keep your power bills criminally high. Some have called this a conspiracy. Others have called it a cover-up, and you will be shocked to find out how deep the conspiracy goes. My video at 123coverup.com exposes the truth and shows you the secret of how I beat them and how you can beat them too. Watch the controversial video that thousands of other smart patriots have already seen in the last 3 months. Go to 123coverup.com and discover one weird trick to slash your power bill and protect your home. Go watch my video now at 123coverup.com before they force me to shut it down. Again, that's 123coverup.com.
An e-cig revolution is sweeping across the country. But is yours American-made? Vaporeat e-liquid by LeSig is. Manufactured in Arkansas with 100% USA-sourced ingredients. And when you buy American, you support local jobs. Vaporeat e-liquid by LeSig is top quality at an affordable price. The very principle that once drove the American economy. Get great taste with no ash, tar, or smoke. You'll be wondering why you didn't make the change to Vaporeat e-liquid by LeSig a long time ago. LeSig.com has everything you need, for beginners to the advanced vaping enthusiast, with a wide variety of hardware, and also imported e-liquid flavors as well. Plus, LeSig smokes the competition with fast, free, same-day shipping, real people customer service, and a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. Support our country and become a Vaporeat at LeSig.com, or call 870-525-1440, 870-525-1440. LeSig e-cigarettes for today's modern smoker.
Are you tired of searching for great talk radio?
Something more important.
Search no more. We are the GCN Radio Network.
We're back on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. Thank you for being here, friends. You're welcome to check out my blog, pharmacistben.com. We've got articles and videos. Just posted a nice article on DMSO, and also sign up for the newsletter, which hopefully we'll be getting out here in the next month or two. You can also check out BrightSideBen.com if you want to purchase any longevity products. You can also call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. Make sure you ask about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. I got a call from an old friend. She said, well, she tried the BTT. She heard me on a YouTube video, I think, talking about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. She went out and got some. And when she was done drinking her BTT, she started putting the remainder that was left in her water bottle on her plants. And she said her plants doubled in size within a week using just the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, which I thought was kind of amusing. So apparently plants love BTT as much as people do. Give it a shot. It's $50 a canister. You can find out all about it at brightsideben.com, or you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. Our number today, 855-660-4261. We'll get to your calls here in just a second. I want to finish talking about this idea of diagnosis and what we can really do if we have degenerative disease. It's not complicated. I wish I could talk to every last one of you who sends me emails and sends me Facebooks and calls me. I can't do that, but I can tell you via the radio, via the internet, that if you're dealing with a degenerative disease, and this is what most health challenges are, it's a very simple matter to reverse it because it's in the body's nature to heal. And the first thing you got to do is figure out what the heck is getting into the body that's triggering the inflammatory process, which is, at the end of the day, an immune defensive reaction. An unresolved, long-term, chronic defensive response is ultimately going to lead to degeneration. And if you're truly serious about reversing this process, we've got to identify the offending agent, whatever that may be, and then we need to eliminate it. And almost always it's going to be some kind of food. We've got to eliminate the offending agent that's getting into the body, and 99% of the time, in my experience, it's coming into the body through the mouth. We need to eliminate it, and then we need to start to repair the gut. And then we need to saturate ourselves, drench ourselves with repair-building and immune system-supporting nutrients, especially in liquid form, because liquid nutrients are easy to absorb. This is one of the main reasons why the BTT works so quickly, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. It's one of the main reasons Beyond Tangy Tangerine works so quickly. This is one of the main reasons why the Beyond Tangy Tangerine is so effective. It's liquid nutrition. Liquid nutrition works so well because it goes right to work and it bypasses digestive health issues. The Beyond Tangy Tangerine is a basic must-have nutritional supplement for anyone trying to go anabolic, trying to go building, because it supplies the biochemical triggers to the growth process in an easy-to-absorb format. You definitely need more than the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, but that is a great way to sustain building anabolic repair chemistry throughout the day without you having to go get food. That's why people lose weight, because their body is getting so satisfied with the building and repair and detoxifying nutrients that it doesn't need calories. So whatever it is, focus on the digestive system first. Whatever your flavor degenerative disease is, autoimmune disease is, heart disease, cancer, skin care, whatever it is, focus on the digestive system first. Focus on growth and repair nutrients second, as well as breathing, inhaling and exhaling to fuel the whole process. And folks, we can do it ourselves. We don't need a doctor. We don't need to wait in line at the pharmacy. We don't need to fill out Obamacare forms. We can begin the healing process instantaneously. You can begin the healing process instantaneously, and you'll have noticeable results. You'll be feeling better in 24 to 48 hours in the comfort of your own living room starting now. And you can and should, in my opinion anyway, as Dr. Glidden says, go fire your MD. And that's all I'm going to say about that. All right. Tomorrow we'll start talking about my personal favorite non-vitamin vitamin, and we're going to really dive into how this thing works, not just for osteoporosis, not just for bone building, not just for bodybuilding, but also for cosmetic reasons, just to look good. This is a super, super important vitamin, non-vitamin vitamin. I'll tell you what I mean tomorrow as we continue talking about building the body, anabolism, growth, and repair on the bright side. Okay, 855-660-4261, Rory in California. You've been hanging on a while. I appreciate it. What's going on, my friend?
Thanks, Ben. I've got a friend that is he's a former sanitation worker. He's had multiple knee surgeries because his body took a pounding. His job now requires him to stand a lot. He's in his early 50s. Looks like he's got bone spurs on his heels, both heels. I saw him yesterday. He said he's heading into the doctor, and it looks like they're recommending surgery. So I mentioned Healthy Start Pack. He's not doing anything nutrition-wise. What else can we
Tons of man. Why does he want to go to the doctor first? So just for curiosity's sake, in your opinion.
That's all he knows. He just thinks that's where the answer is, and the pain is so bad that, you know, he said he'd pay $10,000 just to get rid of the pain.
So he's going to have surgery probably. And, you know, I hear where this guy's coming from, and I can kind of relate. We get so desperate. We want something to happen. First of all, most of the time, by the time we notice something going wrong in our body, it's been percolating under the radar for a long time. The body kind of tells us. The body's always talking to us. We're just not listening. And the body is very subtle. It's very kind. It's the still small voice. It's always whispering to us. It's always telling us something in a very quiet voice, unless we don't listen, which is usually the case. And then it talks a little louder, and then it talks a little louder, and finally it screams, bone spur, ouch, that hurts my foot. A bone spur is extra bone. It means something is growing inappropriately. It means you're getting too much growth, and it could be for a good reason. It could be that the body's trying to protect itself. It could be that the guy's not walking correctly. The building of the extra bone is basically a protective mechanism. It's an attempt of the body to protect itself. What you want to look at if you're dealing with bone spurs is, why is the body breaking down? What is causing the breakdown, which is then leading to this inappropriate growth? And almost always you're going to find it has something to do with how the body is absorbing nutrients, how it's utilizing nutrients. Not just, by the way, absorbing nutrients. It could be a lack of nutrition. So it's a combination of lack of nutrients coming in through the diet or through supplementation, and a lack of absorption or poor absorption of nutrients. And at the bottom line, it means there's nutrients that are missing out of the body, especially mineral nutrients. So a couple of things, if you're dealing with bone spurs, and it's not that difficult to address. By the way, is this guy an athlete at all? Is he doing some kind of workout? Is he putting any kind of stress on his body?
No, he's the sole proprietor of a farming business.
I'm sorry, say that again, Rory.
He's moving a lot. I said he's the sole proprietor of a farming operation, so he's very active.
How old?
I don't think he's doing any specific workout other than work.
How old is he?
51.
51. Okay, so this is pretty much when the degenerative disease process kicks in full gear by our late 40s, early 50s. So number one, here's a general strategy for dealing with bone spurs. First and foremost, you want to look for other symptoms. All right? It's very rare that somebody's just going to have bone spurs. It's very rare that we're just going to have one kind of breakdown, whatever it is. And the more sampling points you have, the more data you have, the richer your picture is going to be, the more three-dimensional your picture is going to be. So whenever you have a health crisis or health challenge, the first thing you want to do is triangulate or come up with more sampling points, more data points, so you can form a big picture. Hang tight, Rory. We'll finish up when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We do have a couple lines open for you, 855-660-4261. We'll be back on the bright side after
this. For health and vitality for you, your family, and friends, get the Healthy Start Pack from Longevity, as recommended by registered pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
If you're a junk food junkie, getting on the Healthy Start Pack is one of the best ways to wean yourself off of processed snack foods and start putting good nutrition in your body. If you have a loved one who's dealing with heart disease or any health challenge, the Healthy Start Pack makes a great gift. If you have a grandparent or a parent in a nursing home, you will be amazed at the difference a once-a-day dose of the Healthy Start Pack will make in your loved one's energy levels, in their memory, in their mood, and in their general outlook on life.
Give the gift of optimal health to your loved ones and order the Healthy Start Pack from Longevity by calling 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
What if you had a witness everywhere you drive? Now you can with videodashcam.com. From truckers to motorcyclists, the handy video dash cam can be used for insurance claims, accidents, police encounters, road rage, or natural disasters. Has instant screen playback and optional night vision. Get the best quality, affordable HD dash cameras available at videodashcam.com. That's videodashcam.com. Or call 855-855-2022. Always have a witness with Video Dash Cam.
You're the kind of person who makes smart choices and is always prepared. That's why the PrepMart.com is perfect for you.
Cook a great backyard meal with steam in about an hour with the Can Cooker Jr. Normally $74, on sale now for just $64.95. It's great for camping and emergencies, and batteries are on sale, up to 10% off our low prices. Right now at theprepmart.com. Great customer service you can trust. Get prepared at theprepmart.com. That's theprepmart.com.
September is National Preparedness Month in the U.S., and it's National Savings Month at Freeze Dry Guy. Are you prepared to save? All Mountain House freeze-dried foods in number 10 cans are now 40% off at freezedryguy.com. These long-lasting foods for emergency preparedness with a guaranteed 25-year shelf life are 40% off at freezedryguy.com. These easy foods for camping, backpacking, hunting, and sailing are 40% off at freezedryguy.com. These delicious foods, freeze-dried to lock in the taste, aroma, and freshness, are 40% off at freezedryguy.com. All cans of Mountain House freeze-dried meats, entrees, fruits, and veggies are 40% off at freezedryguy.com. Be prepared and save 40% now through September 30th at freezedryguy.com or call 866-404-3663, 866-404-FOOD.
Curious about what comes next? Next is the feeling of vulnerability you get after you arrive home to discover your house has been ransacked by burglars. Fool the bad guys with a new improved fake TV. You asked for it, we listened, and we made our new fake TV 3 times brighter than our previous model. The brightness of our new fake TV is equivalent to a 40-inch TV. It simulates the color and motion of a real TV while you're away from home. And when burglars think someone is home watching television, they're likely to pass your house and move on to an easier target. The new, brighter fake TV is only $39.95 and includes free shipping. Go to faketv.com or call 1-877-5-FAKE-TV. That's 877-532-5388 or go to faketv.com. Fake TV, the burglar deterrent.
The GCN Radio Network, providing the world with hard-hitting talk radio. GCN. Great talk radio starts here.
All right, we are back on the bright side talking to Rory in California. Rory, you there, bro?
Yes.
All right, 855-660-4261 is our number, by the way, and we do have a couple lines open. Rory, here's what you're going to need to do. Number one, you want to figure out or have your friend or you or together come up with multiple symptoms. So if he's got digestive problems, you want to note that. If he's got blood pressure issues, you want to note that. If he's dizzy when he stands up, you want to note that. You follow what I'm saying? Skin problems, note that. Because these will give you a picture of what's happening in the body. Just having bone spurs doesn't tell you. Now, I'm going to give you some ideas for the bone spurs, but it's much more helpful, and this is for everybody dealing with any kind of health challenge. It's much more helpful to try to figure out what's happening in the body by creating sample points, by doing sampling, by getting more data. More data you have, the richer your picture is going to be. We don't have that. In lieu of that, here's what you're going to want to do for bone spurs. Number one, correct digestive issues. It could very well have something to do with malabsorption of minerals. Minerals are absorbed at least partially through the action of bile, and many people have problems making bile, especially if you have a liver issue. So get him on digestive enzymes, the ultimate enzymes from Longevity. After all his meals, use acidifying agents, things like apple cider vinegar, something called betaine HCl, which you'll find in the digestive enzyme product from Longevity anyway, the ultimate enzymes. Betaine HCl, you can also get betaine HCl just on its own. So apple cider vinegar, betaine HCl, bile salts, digestive enzymes after meals, lecithin after meals as well. Have him using liquid minerals, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the OsteoFX, liquid magnesium. These are all ways that you can enhance the absorption of minerals that are involved in bone building. Make sure he's focusing on fatty nutrients. Tomorrow we're going to talk about one of the most important fatty nutrients for building bones, so listen in tomorrow. All the stuff we've been talking about for osteoporosis is going to help him with the bone spurs as well. He may, if he's got some problems with how he walks, with his gait, G-A-I-T, gait, he may want to go to a rolfer or a chiropractor and have some body work done. Sometimes that helps. And make sure he's he's getting enough protein. If he has digestive issues, again, use all those things that we just talked about for absorbing minerals. Have him use those with protein and whey protein. Smoothies are the best way to get protein into the system. Zinc 50 milligrams a day is important for all bone health issues. He may want to try glucosamine and glucogel in the glucogel caps. Bone soup will also get him some glucosamine. And then last but most certainly not least, for all vitamins, for all bone health issues, bone spurs, osteoporosis, brittle bones, whatever, vitamin C is very, very important, and most of us don't get anywhere near the vitamin C we need because of the silly RDA, which is around 60 to 100 milligrams a day, when you need at least 10 times, maybe even 20 times, or even 100 times more than that. So I'd be doing 5 to 10 grams of vitamin C in divided doses. If he notices that he has some diarrhea or loose stools when he has his vitamin C, when he takes his vitamin C, have him do smaller doses of the vitamin C. Sip on vitamin C water. I like the vitamin C powder, and then sip on the water along with the BTT. Any other questions there, my man?
No, I think that'll do it. So start with the Healthy Start Pack.
That'd be a great place for you to start.
And more liquid magnesium. How much on the liquid magnesium?
The OsteoFX, maybe a capsule or 2 capsules a day. If he wants to do the magnesium glycinate, the magnesium capsules that the Longevity has, 1,200 or so milligrams a day.
1,200 mgs a day. Okay, Ben, you're great. Thanks
God
for
bless,
your
buddy.
help and your service.
You, appreciate it. Take care, bro. All right, Shelton in Georgia. Is that where you are, Shelton? Georgia?
Yeah, I'm in Thomasville.
Hey, Shelton, what's up, my man?
I've been having trouble with my eyes, and I was diagnosed. Well, shouldn't say diagnosed, but I found out it was mevemitis and blepharitis.
All right.
And it's messing my vision up really bad. Like some days it'd be sort of okay, but it's making my life a living hell.
I'll bet it is. It's probably painful too. It's probably painful and itchy and all that, right?
Right, and I have some nights I have to. Well, it used to be worse than now, but I had to grab my eye and my hands with pry my eyes open, and that my eyes would be really red and they would hurt it made me stay up for hours.
All right, well
throughout the night.
Let's see if we can help you out, Sean. First of all, how old are you?
I'm 48.
Okay. So it sounds the eyelid. It's the eyelid, right? The covering on top of the eye that's swollen.
Yes, that's the blepharitis part, they told me.
Okay. The eyelid, that little thin flap of skin that covers your eyes, is loaded with vessels that transport poisons. Now, it doesn't look like it would have a lot of vessels, and it doesn't look like it would have a lot of action. It looks like just a little piece of skin, but it's loaded with vessels that are going to transport poisons. And if they're not located directly on the eyelid, they're located very close to the eyelid. It's called your lymphatic system. And when that lymphatic system gets clogged up with poisons, it's going to swell, and it's very likely going to be noticed in the very thin skin, the thinnest skin of the body, and the eyelids are among the thinnest parts of the body's skin. So it makes sense that if you have a lymphatic condition, you're going to notice it on the eyelid. So what I'm going to ask you, Shelton, is what else is going on in your body that has nothing to do with your eyes? Are you diabetic? Are you overweight? Do you feel dizzy when you stand up? Do you have high blood pressure? Do you have diabetes or any blood sugar problems? Did you start notice that you gained weight over the last couple of years? Or do you have digestive issues, diarrhea, anything? Rack your brain.
On medication for blood pressure. I take 2 meds for those, and I found out back in 2010 my left knee was swollen, and it was hard to walk. I had to drag my leg, and I went to the hospital, and they said it was gout. But they didn't do any tests to tell me exactly.
Okay. You see what we're doing here, though, Shelton, is we're putting together a picture of what's happening in your body. It's not an eye problem that you have. The eyes are like the leaf. It's like if you have a tree, right? And the leaf is, and you look in the tree, and there's leaves on the top of the tree or somewhere in the tree, and the leaves are starting to get rotten and falling apart. You don't have a leaf problem. You got a tree problem. It happens to be showing up in the leaf, but the problem is in the tree. Likewise, in your body, you don't have an eyelid problem, which is representative of the leaves. You have a tree problem, which is representative of the body, the chemistry of the body. So first things first. Sounds like you got some prediabetes or diabetes going on, which is very typical. Most of us do by the time we're 48, especially, no offense, if we live down south, because just how you guys eat down there. I mean, No judgment. I'm just pointing it out. Okay. So you got to focus on, number one, your blood sugar system, and you got to focus on the digestive system. I'll tell you why this is important, and I'm telling you, I'm going to be a little dramatic here, and I don't mean to be judgmental coming down on you, but Shelton, it's not, what's coming up ahead is not pretty. All right? Your body's talking to you, and it's telling you better start taking some dramatic measures to change how you're living your life and what you're putting in your body, because you're starting to fall apart. All right, so first thing, we need to address the blood sugar system, and then we need to address the digestive system. What I want you to do, Shelton, is start to focus on any kind of digestive health symptoms that you have and attach them to foods. You got to have some constipation or diarrhea. You got to have some bloating or some kind of discomfort going on. You want to link those up to foods. Do you know what I'm talking about, Shelton?
I believe so.
Okay. So when you have cramping or bloating or heartburn, and you may not even notice them, they may be sneaking under the radar, link it up to foods, and then eliminate those foods. Start focusing on getting more protein, and when you crave sweet foods, sugar, bread, pasta, rice, potatoes, guide yourself into whey protein and essential fatty acids. Every time you want a bread or pasta or cake or pizza or pie or anything sweet and carbohydrate rich that's going to mess up your blood sugar, go into whey protein and essential fatty acids. Get yourself on the Healthy Start Pack. If you want something very simple to do that'll create a rapid change, get yourself on the Healthy Start Pack, especially the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. If you don't want to go that route, make sure that you get on whey protein and essential fatty acids and a very good multiple vitamin, and try to associate your symptoms, your digestive symptoms, with specific foods and eliminate them. Get yourself on the Nightly Essence or some I don't know of any equal probiotic. That's the best one I know of. But if you don't want to use the Nightly Essence, whatever it is, get on a good probiotic supplement, 80 billion units a day. Make sure you're taking 1,000 to 10,000 milligrams. That's 1 gram to 10 grams of vitamin C a day. I like vitamin C powder. It's much easier to use, as I was talking to Rory just previously. Put it in water. Sip on it slowly. Go get yourself some Celtic sea salt. Put a teaspoon of Celtic sea salt in water and sip on that slowly as well. Go get 400 international units of vitamin E and start taking that every day. Look for mixed tocopherols or mixed tocotrienols. I'll spell that for you. Mixed is M-I-X-E-D, tocopherols T-O-C-O-P-H-E-R-O-L-S, or mixed tocotrienols. Now, regard that tocotrienols as T-O-C-O-T-R-I-E-N-O-L-S. Regard the blepharitis as a sign that something is getting into the lymph system, the sewage system of your body inappropriately, more than likely through the digestive system. Regard the gout as a sign that you're pre-diabetic. The blood pressure issue probably means that you're pre-diabetic as well, that you've got some blood sugar issues. And if I were you, I'd also be getting on the Sweeties from Longevity, which is absolutely awesome, chromium and vanadium, for helping stabilize blood sugar. And don't forget, if you can get on the BTT, the B vitamins will go a long way towards helping you. Wish we had more time, Shelton, but that's it. Give me shoot me an email, ben@ksco.com. Take care, everybody. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
It's time to get healthy, and your first step towards a healthy lifestyle begin at the Healthy Living Expo, Saturday and Sunday, September 28th and 29th at the Music City Center in Nashville. Get your free tickets at thehealthylivingexpo.com and join us for Tennessee's most comprehensive health, fitness, and nutrition expo. There's over 100 exhibits with information and services to help create a healthier life. Also, more than 25 health screenings, cooking demos, and the latest fitness trends. Plus, visit the Longevity booth. Get free tickets at thehealthylivingexpo.com. There's prizes all day on the stages and at the booths, like fitness memberships to an area health club every hour. The Healthy Living Expo, September 28th and 29th at the Music City Center, Nashville. Get free tickets for yourself, your family, your friends, and everyone you know at thehealthylivingexpo.com. Get to the website now, because tickets are $10 at the door. The Healthy Living Expo, your first step towards a healthy lifestyle.
Big business has discovered the preparedness market, and that makes it difficult to know where to go and who to trust. MyPatriotSupply.com is owned and operated by patriots just like you. Has the best prices on storable food, non-GMO seeds, water filtration devices, home canning equipment, survival and self-reliance books, and more. MyPatriotSupply.com has old-fashioned values and the absolute best customer service in the industry. Look for the deal of the day. Unique, affordable survival supplies that fit anyone's budget. Get same-day shipping on all orders and free shipping on orders over $49. Call 866-229-0927. 866-229-0927. Or visit MyPatriotSupply.com for emergency preparedness, self-reliance, and food independence. Shop with a name you know and a name you can trust. Before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare. MyPatriotSupply.com.